Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Moon Mama podcast. Oh my gosh, it has been quite some time. I have so much to update you guys. I have a second baby. I have a little baby girl. She is here, Luna Moon Rose Jamie. She is just the most perfect angel. I'm obsessed with her. I'm literally breastfeeding her right now in my little glider in the living room. I'm drinking some Element electrolytes, which I love, by the way. That and coconut water have been just like my go-to. Breastfeeding is definitely taking so much energy lately, but also I love it. There's just literally so much to update. Like, I don't even know where to start because I've been wanting to do this episode pretty shortly after birth, and it's been 4 weeks. Luna Moon is literally 4 weeks today. I can't believe I was having her 4 weeks ago, and I cannot wait to share the birth story. So that's in the cards, and I want to share that really soon. We have a lot going on. It's been quite some time in this postpartum period, and it's been a lot. Like, for real, energetically, moms will get this. Like, it doesn't matter if it's your first baby or however many babies. Like, postpartum is definitely a period. It's just healing, it's recovery, it's integration with your newborn. And if you have other kids, it's also that acclimating to everybody's energies, and just it's a new soul on this planet. A new precious soul has landed to Earth, and it's just wild, like, watching them grow so quickly in just like a matter of weeks, like them coming into awareness, them coming into their body, them waking up every day. You know, it reminds me that we're waking up every single day more and more into awareness, into our bodies, into our existence on this planet. And it's just like, it's just wild. And I know if you're a parent, you know like the new things that you start learning when you become a parent, and also how your kids are different. You know, like, there's definitely been times I'm like, oh, Soul, my first one, Soul just does Soul is just like Luna. Like, oh my gosh, I see like so many resemblances and the things that they do, and, you know, just newborns in general, right? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so different. Like, I feel like Luna's been pretty easy. She's a girl. She's got that feminine energy, and it's like, it's so different from Soul's masculine energy. Honestly, I feel like even like last postpartum was kind of a blur in a sense. I'm so in this one. And being 4 weeks, it's just a whole different game change with having two kids. It's been really hard, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've had some freaking days where I don't know if I'm doing a good job, if I'm, you know, I feel torn because when you have a toddler and a newborn, it's like you want to also be there for your toddler, but right now I'm still healing. I can't do as much. I can't lift him. I can't maneuver around in ways that I used to before, you know, because of the birth. And I did have a tear that has, I think it's almost healed. Even today, I'm like, I have to say in my mind it's healed. You know, I have to know and trust that it's healing, because I've had a lot of pain down in my perineal area. So that, plus getting hemorrhoids and just healing down there, you know, healing, and your abs coming back together, you know, your body is just like completely having to transform itself again and rejuvenate. And there's so many things that it's so important to do and take care of in your postpartum period. And there's been days I'm like, I don't know if I'm doing a good job at that. I don't know if I'm doing a good job healing myself. I don't know if I'm doing a good job being a mom to 2 kids, being a good wife. I feel like I'm just laying around asking for things and complaining. but also so in love with my children and my newborn, and like there's just so many feelings. There's so many feelings. So it's definitely been rough. I've had some down days, but I've also had some really beautiful days, and like honestly the first couple weeks were just beautiful. Like I feel like everything felt really good. Soul was really, he just loves his baby sister. Like he is so sweet with her. He gives her kisses now, and it was a kind of a gradual thing. Like he didn't really touch her right away. He kind of knew to just like be gentle, but also he's in his own world sometimes and doesn't realize that she's right there, and he wants to jump on the bed and almost jump on her. So we have to constantly be, monitoring and watching, and we're also tired. So we all are co-sleeping. So it's funny because it's like, it actually makes things easier, I think, but it has its cons too. Like, having to put my son down first or her, and just trying to figure that out because sometimes he wants to stay up later. So there's all these new things to figure out at postpartum, and also just with having 2 kids and all getting used to each other. There's just so many different things. On top of that, I'm sharing some new news, but we are moving. Literally getting the keys on Friday, which is in 2 days. So I'm still in my 4-week period. So this Friday, today's Tuesday, and we have 2 weeks to be out of the place that we're at now. And let me just tell you, like, this has been a divine intervention. It was totally spirit-led, because if you guys are in my inner circle, I've been talking about how we're going to move up north for a while. We were going to move to Sacramento. My husband's family lives over there, and there's a duplex that's been available. For a while, we were feeling like that felt really good. Once the baby got here, we felt like, 2 kids, that amount of space, we'd be able to afford it. Just because finances have been totally different with me not working as much, and we needed to make some adjustments. We need a bigger place with 2 kids now. We're in a 1-bedroom, 1-bath right now on a second story, like on the second floor, and there's stairs. It's just not easy to go for a walk. There's no walk area around here. It's been pretty rough. But we've managed, with Soul, but we thought, okay, with a second baby, definitely we need some space, and we would love, a backyard. And so the duplex up north has a really, really great space. It's a really beautiful neighborhood, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, has a garage, and, it's part of my husband's family, so they own it, and we would get to, live there and make it our own. So that was feeling really, really good for a while, and we were planning to do this, around September, October, just depending on how everything went with Luna's arrival and me healing up, and we thought, okay, around July, August, we'll, decide permanently, like, what we're gonna do. We're gonna figure it out. So one day, a couple weeks ago, I think I'm like a week and a half postpartum, I'm just like having a Saturday, Soul's napping. I'm like, let me just check. Let me check online. What's around here? Is there anything within our budget here in Santa Clarita like that might... So let me just look. Let me just Google, right? Let me see what's up, like as far as 2-bed, 2-bath. So I look on Google and I see this listing. And I'm like, I sent it to my husband. I'm like, is this real? What do you think? Within our budget, actually cheaper than the place we're paying now. And has a little mini backyard, 2-bedroom, and in a really great neighborhood that we know really well and love. I'm like, he's like, let's go look at it. Okay, so we go look at it, and we're just like feeling this, yes, OMG. Okay, it's definitely a little bit outdated, but who cares? Literally, it has a little backyard, perfect little neighborhood, right across the park, and a community center, and a high school. It's like 5-minute walk from the library and 10 minutes from the main street. It's just a great gig for us right now. It's on the bottom floor. It's great. I think it has pretty good light too, because that's been important to us. But it's just like, whoa, plans changed. Like, we have to move, like, now. So we're literally moving, getting the keys on Friday, because he's like, I can hold it for 2 weeks. And I'm like, oh my God, this is like in the middle of my postpartum period. I'm like, I better heal up. I better heal up and get this show on the road, because I just want to get going. Like, I want to get up and start playing with my kids more, being a better mom and being able to do things. And it's been hard to really like honor the staying in bed and laying down and keeping my legs closed. Like, it's been so freaking hard. And then I just feel like it got to me this last weekend during this full moon. I mean, it's just overflooded me with emotions. Just sad, grieving the pregnancy, not being pregnant anymore. I actually really want to be pregnant again right now. I miss that. I felt like it just flew by and she was here. And I had such a beautiful pregnancy with her that I miss it. I felt like it really flew by, especially with having a toddler. My energy's just in so many different directions. I'm feeding my little girl right now. It's so funny because the sun is just starting to come through, and so she's like, the sun's in my face. But yeah, it's just a lot, like postpartum, I hear and read about in all these books and stuff. Oh, the first 40 days, and you have to be taken care of and get support and make sure everyone's coming and taking care of you and having home cooked meals, and you need to be eating this and you need to be eating that if you want to heal properly. And I'm going to tell you, it's been kind of frustrating me. I've been feeling like, what if that's not available to some people? Does that mean they're screwed for the rest of their life? And I don't want to believe that. I don't really want to buy into that. It's one way. I do understand the benefit. I want so badly for that to be my experience. I think about Soul and I's postpartum period, and it was actually really good. I did lay in for a while. I really did honor the first 40 days as much as possible, just slowing down. And I think it is really personal for everybody. I think sometimes we can make it seem like it's all or nothing, or like one way for one person, and it can be different. So I was feeling pretty good, honestly, around week 2.5, but then I started bleeding again. So that was kind of like okay, you need to relax, you need to slow down again. There's no need to rush this. And that's kind of what I keep hearing. It's personal. I don't need to let these books or things I've read or stuff get me down because I don't feel like it's my experience. I don't have people bringing me meals every day. I don't have, I could say all the things that are not happening, right? But then I can also count the blessings and the people that have shown up for me, the people who have brought me food, the people who have texted me, called me, sent gifts. There are those people. As sad as it's been for a couple other people that, it's been like, well, that's disappointing. I just, you would think that certain people would be there for you, and maybe they're just at a different place in their life, and also honoring that. But, I think you find out who your real friends are in your pregnancy, birth, postpartum era. It's kind of like you're going through an energetic upgrade at a cellular level, completely being reborn again. So sometimes that doesn't align with other people that aren't on that path, aren't having that type of journey. So I have to remind myself, and I'm telling you guys this too, if you're struggling with this and being frustrated with maybe people in your life, or, not having the right funds, or, just being able to have all this support like you read about. Because sometimes it can be expensive. We did get a house cleaner last week, and it was a godsend, but not everyone can get a house cleaner. I don't get to have laundry service, I understand that it's important and that would be great and all, but for some people it's just not reality. And that's okay. You shouldn't feel bad that you didn't get your freezer stocked with meals, or, it's just, it is what it is. I think that's also can kind of play into our outlook on our postpartum period. And it definitely has for me. I've been getting frustrated, and then feeling like, well, I need to do all these things. I need to speed up my healing process. Like, why is it taking so long? My family needs food, and I need to clean this house. I need to start packing. I need to organize. There's just it's like endless list of things. And then, having parents ask for favors during a time where it's like, wait, aren't you supposed to be helping me? But, like I said, some people just are on their own wavelength and aren't thinking about where you might be at or how you might be feeling. And postpartum is like the most sensitive time in a woman's life, I feel like. And it's the most time where someone's going to really grow. I mean, a baby's growing so much in just 6 weeks. So is the mom. So it's very, very important, and I think a lot of people might just not understand that, especially if they don't have children. It's a whole new world. Like you literally become reborn over one night, over that moment that baby comes out of you. So it's wild, and it's okay to really go through it, and I think it's just honoring it and knowing that it's there, and trying to get the help that you need and support. So if you follow me on Instagram, I definitely said how I was feeling on Sunday night. I mean, this full moon that I had was just so intense. It was I felt like I was on my period again, but then again, it's like my cycle's still kind of going in a way, even though there's all these changes. So full moons for me, I always feel very intense. I was actually ovulating before I got pregnant, and then on the full moons, and then so it was just definitely double whammy, feeling it all. So this full moon, it just really got to me. I just felt everything. I felt the pressure of the move. I felt the pressure of the healing, frustrated at people around me, and just second guessing myself. And these are normal things that we go through postpartum, and if you need to shout it out to the world and talk to people about it, it's okay. So I felt so much better after doing that. I did have quite a few people reach out to me, which also felt really good to know that I was heard and seen, and it felt good to just kind of be like, look, things aren't perfect all the time. As much as it looks like maybe my life is beautiful 24/7, I do have some darker moments, and that's just life. That's being a mom, that's being a woman, that's being a human being. So, it's just being there with those thoughts and feelings, and with each other through all the changes. I mean, I was feeling I get even grouchy towards baby, and then I'm like, oh my God, why? I don't need to feel those ways. But it's just our brains are acclimating to everything we just went through, and I'm still processing the birth. So I can't wait to share the birth story, because I think that's going to be healing also. It was a very healing, beautiful, quick birth that just, I'm so proud of it, honestly. I'm really, really grateful for it. And then I also have some other feelings about it that I'm processing. So to be continued, because I will be sharing that soon. But yeah, this is what's been going on. We are moving. We're moving very close by, within 10 minutes. Just so excited about the new adventure. We love change. We really do love to move. It's crazy. I think it's symbolic, because we've been noticing quite too many cockroaches, around the kitchen and the bathroom. And I'm always they're kicking us out. I feel like that happened the last time we moved. I think even twice. It's the energy just isn't aligning anymore. So dirty bugs start coming out. It's kind of funny to me, but it's a little symbolic of being all right, not aligned anymore, ready to move on. Yeah, so there's definitely lots of changes. My body, my mind. I've been going to a mom support group, which is amazing, which is such a godsend. I just highly recommend it. I really stayed inside so much with Soul. I didn't do much. I didn't connect with other women, other moms. And I had one mom friend, and then she moved away recently. So it's been kind of sad that I don't see her as often. But I recently just made all these new mom friends, and I'm like, that's also one of the reasons that we were so excited and happy to stay, is because I, as a mom and human, I found more purpose of why I'm here and why we are staying here in this area. As much as I haven't loved Southern California, I'm happy to stay here. I'm loving Santa Clarita. I'm loving the community we are forming. And I have to remind myself it takes time, because when I moved to New York, I knew like 2 people, and I really had to make an effort to get out there. Right now, not working is like, I'm not getting out there. I have to really make an effort. So I'm just so blessed that I met these really wonderful women, and I've been meeting more women now and going to these support groups, and that's like been the best thing for me. So I highly recommend, if you're a mom, like find people in your area to connect with and just get out there and go. I know it's hard, like even if it's just once a week, even if it's just once a month, like it's so important to have these people. And I'm realizing that more and more, especially as they've been there for me. And I'm realizing also that this is the shift. These are the new people in my life. I might have lost a few that aren't my friends anymore. I couldn't call them my friends, couldn't count on them. But I have quite a few new ones that I can count on, and I'm really grateful for that. Like, it's just been so beautiful. So I'm so excited. We're staying in Santa Clarita. I'm so excited. So now we can actually make the New York and Los Angeles bi-coastal lifestyle. Like, it just feels more attainable. It feels like we're able to do that sooner. It was starting to feel a little bit scary to both of us to go up north, because Fabian's work is here. I mean, he's been booking a lot, getting a lot of projects, and the stuff I have started for myself is here. I would have to start all over there, which I'm not opposed to, but that's just a lot going on. But now we're gonna get our walk. That's what we really wanted. I'm like, I need to be able to walk my babies in a normal fashion. We don't have a garage at this one, but it's still like, it's just such a great situation. I'm really excited to have this little backyard. We're going to make it super cute. Soul can run around. That's all he wants to do all day. That's like literally what makes him happy, is being outside, seeing real trees and dirt and birds. Not really feeling like we're indoors 24/7 in an apartment. So I just know and trust that this was divinely guided. The angels were really guiding us to this space, and knowing that this was for our best and highest good. So you have to also trust that too. If you're not sure about something, just trust that there will be a moment that Spirit whispers to you to do something. And it might just be that right, perfect timing. It's happened to me so many times in life, guys. I have so many stories that are like that, where they're just like magical, and I thrive and live off of that. And that's what I talk about a lot in this podcast, is like living a soul-led life. Like, this is how we are soul-led. We just listen to those nudges and follow them at the right time. We weren't like, oh, it's happening like this, it's so set in stone. We were also giving some leeway just in case like things were to change. That is kind of like how our careers are. We are entertainers and performers, and have really random projects and random times, and things don't come every single day. It's not like a 9 to 5, I'm stuck with this company and I work only for them every single day, which is great, and that works for some people. It doesn't work for us, but we kind of have been able to take on projects at certain times and feel like we can move if we need to move. And so that's kind of where we're at, and everything's just, we're still integrating, we're still getting used to all these new changes. It's definitely been a wild ride, and it's so beautiful. I love looking at my beautiful little girl. Like, she's just so angelic and so healing. To have her like in my arms, and like to see and feel that little part of you, and just love even more deeply. It's an opportunity to love yourself even more when you have children, because you see your child, of you as when you were a child in them. So I could keep rambling. I have so many things to talk about, but I'm definitely going to do my birth story next. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. This is our little update of just what's going on with the Jamie family. Me as a new mom of 2, it's happening. It can happen. It's doable. I just tell other moms, just be there for yourself, like take it easy and enjoy every moment. It's just day by day. You know, some days you might feel better than others. Some days are harder than others. My little baby hiccuping. These episodes might sound a little bit different now. Just as a forewarning, I might have my little baby with me a lot because she has been glued to me. And I love that. I love that. Because I know these moments won't be forever, unfortunately. And that's what keeps me close with her and wanting to do the things that I do, like breastfeeding exclusively and staying home more. Yeah, it's just, I just know it goes by so fast. It already has with Soul. I mean, I feel like he's like a little grown boy. It's insane. He's such a big boy. But anyway, thank you all for listening. Make sure to follow my socials if you want to stay in the know with our day-to-day updates. And hopefully we will hear you on the next one. Oh my gosh, you guys, I have mom brain so much that I feel like my words haven't even been able to come out super clearly. But they will get better. It will get better. I just got to get back to my podcasting, back to my journaling, one thing at a time, little by little. I'm doing those things. Again, reminding myself to be gentle with myself, and I'm not going to not post this just because I sound funny on some parts, because I'm like, what am I talking about again? Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. And just remember, if you're a mom, if you're a parent, even if you're not, you can do this. You can do anything you set your mind to. Just day by day, moment by moment. Stay present and stay alive. Blessings to you all. Bye.